Hi, this is Rick from For Community, creating community spaces so you can connect with others and also with God. So we have arrived at the first week of December, which means that we're into looking ahead to Christmas. I don't know how that sits with you. I mean, for me, I love it. I love any opportunity to begin to think about Christmas, listen to Christmas music, put up the tree, whatever. It's my season. It's my jam. I love it. So this year, I noticed that my family has a brand new Christmas tradition. And I say it's brand new. It's been like a couple of years, but I just noticed it's now a new tradition for us. While I was repainting my house, I experimented a little by creating a blackboard wall in my hallway between the kids' bedrooms. And it was super easy, which is why I could do it. I mean, it's really just blackboard paint, a little bit more expensive, got a couple of cans, painted the whole wall this blackboard paint, and now they absolutely love it. Since that was finished, it's actually become a Christmas tradition that as soon as December 1 hits, my daughters will draw something on that wall that's kind of Christmassy, and they will begin the Christmas countdown. So since December 1, they drew something on there, and they have been counting backwards toward Christmas Day. It's a tradition that my kids made up, so I'm going to embrace it and celebrate it and run with it. What about you? What is your newest Christmas tradition? And try to remember who started it. If you're watching with someone, please pause the video and share whatever that newest tradition is and who started it with each other. This video is based on my interpretation of Luke chapter 2, verses 8 through 11. When we gather on Zoom, we may read the entire passage. In this text, we discover a brand new Christmas tradition that God started with the shepherds. Luke chapter 2, verse 8 to 11. That night there were shepherds staying in the fields nearby, guarding their flocks of sheep. Suddenly an angel of the Lord appeared among them, and the radiance of the Lord's glory surrounded them. They were terrified, but the angel reassured them. "Don't be afraid," he said. "I bring you good news that will bring great joy to all people. The Savior, yes, the Messiah, the Lord, has been born today in Bethlehem, the city of David, and you will recognize him by this sign. You will find a baby wrapped snugly in strips of cloth, lying in a manger." Here's the point I'm going to try to make in this video. Christmas traditions remind us that things are going to be okay. On that very first Christmas night, it was dark. Shepherds were sitting around their campfire, trying to stay warm. There's a group of people important to the culture, but really broke. Not a lot of hope. Lots of darkness. Their theme song every night, "Hello darkness, my old friend." Very depressing life. Best friend is a sheep who doesn't want to listen to you. Run the risk of getting eaten or mauled every single night. You don't get overnight premium pay. You don't get danger pay. It's pretty bleak. And there's no rising up the ranks. There's no corporate ladder. Then suddenly, an angel appears. And all of that darkness immediately goes away. Not only the immediate darkness of night, but also their feelings of darkness regarding their lifestyle and their future and how grim the world looked for them. This is what's standing out to me in this text this year. In the presence of darkness is the offer of friendship and the importance that everything's going to be okay. Our Christmas traditions are good reminders of the hope that we have because Jesus has come. I want to point out the two parts of the passage that are really speaking loud and clear to me. In the first part of the passage is the idea that he came to remove fear. The text simply says they were terrified. And this makes sense. I mean, the shepherds are minding their own business at night, not expecting anything. You know, maybe the odd lion, maybe the odd sheep stealer. Who knows? They're staring up at the stars. And suddenly, the whole sky lights up. And they're not alone anymore. And an angel appears. And then if you keep on reading, it's more angels that appear. And then they're filled with this hope. They're filled with this energy that we see later on in the text, the part that we didn't read. They got so excited that they began to go and spread the news. And they had purpose. They had joy. The world looked like a better place for them. Our traditions around Christmas remind us of a message given to the shepherds that things are going to be okay. It reminds us of a change that came over the shepherds. Although they were living in pretty bleak times, although they were trapped in their own life, at the lowest of their culture, pretty oppressed, nothing really to look forward to, suddenly they were given purpose. They were given energy and life and passion, and they absolutely changed. And they began to make a change to their culture and to the world. Things are going to be okay. I don't mean that the world's going to be less complicated, with less war, and with less relationship drama coming your way immediately. I mean that Jesus comes with a bigger message, and that message is one of hope and purpose. With Jesus, we're given the path of friendship and forgiveness, followed up with the hope of eternity. He didn't come to judge anyone. He came to offer a better way. And he promises that if we follow him, he'll eventually have all of our messes cleaned up. But he's going to do that in a way that demonstrates love rather than judgment. Here's the second thing that really jumps out in the text for me. He came to give hope, and I've already said the word hope a couple of times. This is what he's come to give. The text says, I bring you good news. Now, since I've put up my Christmas tree, it goes up very early, either last day of November or very soon in the beginning of December. I put up the Christmas tree, I start wrapping presents, and very slowly, one at a time, I put those presents under the tree. And I love how it bugs my kids, because I put those presents under the tree. The amount of presents continue to grow, and I touch the wrapping paper, I touch the presents, I jiggle them a little bit. I say a name, I wonder what's in here. And I love just bugging my kids like this. They're all small signs of the good news to my kids that one day soon they'll be opening presents on one of the happiest days of the year for them. These little deposits of presents remind them of the hope that's coming their way. The text says, I bring you good news. Now, this would have made a great deal of sense to the shepherds had they known their own Old Testament, and they probably did. They were expecting God to send someone, this idea of someone called the Messiah. The good news to the shepherds meant that the Messiah has come. The good news would make more sense later, at least to us anyways. It's the news of the gospel that Jesus came to forgive and free us all. The good news is hope for the world, that God is with us, calling us towards something better than what we've made of this world. Christmas is good news. And those Christmas traditions that we have as we begin at the beginning of the season and we move into all throughout the season, maybe ending with some kind of big turkey dinner, which I'm really looking forward to. Christmas is good news, and our traditions remind us of that. Jesus came to be your friend and give you hope for the future. John 1:14 says, the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. Jesus came to the world. God himself is present in the world with us. John 1:12, to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. So the good news means this: choose Jesus, and you'll not only come into a friendship with God, you'll be considered part of God's personal family. And that's a status, that's a relationship that's going to last forever. You're part of his eternal, forever family, united in the closest possible relationship with God. When we choose to follow Jesus, regardless of how our lives look now, regardless of how our life turns out, things are going to be okay. You're offered a better choice for your lifestyle, the chance to make a difference to the people around you, and a preferred outcome for your forever. Things are going to be okay. I wish this world's problems would go away overnight, but that's not going to happen until Jesus comes back. I wish there was a suitable end to war, bad politics, angry neighbors that could happen overnight. That's not going to happen yet. We're still waiting for Jesus to come. For now, you have friendship with God. You can offer that friendship to others. And you have the hope of friendship with God forever. And you're never going to lose that. Things are going to be okay. So whatever Christmas tradition you have, maybe it's putting up your tree early, Maybe it's putting up your tree late and putting the Christmas presents under it at the very last minute. Now, maybe you're a snowbird or something and you're going to Florida for Christmas. Oh, my bleeding heart for you. Whatever your Christmas tradition happens to be, remember that these are moments when we can be reminded of the hope that we have that things are going to be okay. Okay, that's it from me to you for now. Would you please like? Would you please share? Would you please subscribe? Also, would you please ask for the link? We meet 2 times on Sunday for now, 1:30 p.m. and 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, that's just for men. Heads up, please. I have had my first request to start Couples for Community. We've got Men for Community at 6 o'clock. I've had my first request to start a Couples for Community. So if you are interested in meeting with other couples, and on top of doing these discussions that we have around the Bible, also doing discussions that are relevant to you as a couple and to other couples, and we can all kind of be like iron sharpens iron as we meet as couples, then reach out and I'll add your contact to the list as well and try to get something started as soon as we can. You can reach out by going to our website, and there is an email address there. You can reach out by posting in Facebook. You can reach out by DMing me. These things usually go on Facebook, so that's the easiest way, I guess, for you to reach out to me. Or just leave a comment in YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this. Okay, for community, creating community spaces so you can connect with others and also with God. I'll see you next time.